So this is something that's been an amazing thing since I started recording EO, and I've been getting a lot of love and support from all of you on both YouTube and on EO, and my boy Suicidal here has a message for all of you. Suicidal, thank you so much for the love and support, and thank you so much for that amazing shout out. You guys are amazing. I really do appreciate all the wonderful comments you guys have been sending me. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Sin. It's been a little bit since I made an EO video, and I know, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to keep cranking these things out, but I'm here. Yes, I am. I do have some updates for you, though. So I've been sitting here kind of thinking about what I'm going to be doing for EO and what I can actually provide on the YouTube channel other than just me going down memory lane, so I decided to break up the EO content in 3 different categories. Number 1, I decided to go ahead and make a series that's going down memory lane and just kind of enjoying EO, talking about it and its community. Number 2, Sin TV. Yes, there will be more Sin TV episodes. I am still working on episode 2. That's going to take me a lot longer to do. It's a lot of animation, a lot of tweening. I'm getting with my current artist to see if I can get 5 more new poses, but I'm also kind of pushing her to her limits because I got a new project that I'm working on. Number 3, I decided to start up a new series with a couple of buddies of mine, and if you want to be a part of it as well, you're more than welcome to be a part of it. The new series is called EO Adventures, and what EO Adventures is basically going to be is just me and a bunch of buddies who play EO, maybe some people who've never played EO before, and even you, the players. We can jump in, pick a quest, start from the beginning, and work our way all the way through. We're going to power push through the entire quest. What this means is that you're going to get to see what the quest is like from beginning to end, whether you've done it before or you've never seen the quest in your life. We're also going to be in a party together, so everybody's going to get experience, everybody's going to have fun, and everybody's going to have a chance to get that special item with the quest. Now, one more update when it comes to EO content. I am trying to work on a movie right now, an EO movie. This is going to have a ton of people working on it. We're talking The Wired Rabbit, a bunch of my collaborators in my Discord, bunch of voice actors that I know, the help of the partnership of Critical Blast for my channel. Which, by the way, if you haven't heard of yet, we are in a partnership now with Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted. This is the most nerdiest site you can go to. You need to check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff there. I'll also be collaborating with a lot of people in my guild, as well as a bunch of EO players, talented animators, and talented editors. I don't know when this project's going to be done. It's going to take me a while. I'm currently working on the script for it, and it's going to be a while till you see something out of it. And it may never happen. I'm just going to say that now. It may be one of those projects I just throw in the back burner and just say, you know what, it's too much. But I'm going to give it a shot. Because I love you. Yes, I love you too, Mushroom. Where are you going? Oh, I see. I tell you I love you and then you walk away. Just like everybody that I tell that I love. So you're all probably wondering, Sin, what are you doing out here with all these mushrooms and whatever the hell those things were that were floating by? This is my spot. This is where I go to get peace. This is where I go to sometimes slowly level up. And this is also where I go to farm for money. I'm a little worried about telling you guys about this because now I'm afraid that this place is going to get crowded. Please don't do that. I can't bear the thought of that. But what I mean is these mushrooms, they have a very generous spawn rate and a very generous drop rate as well, including these little floaty dudes that are all around. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I got my twin blade. We're gonna go out, we're gonna chop down some mushrooms for a bit. Now, as you can see, this dude dropped 25 gold, and I'm telling you now, when I say their drop rate is generous, I mean their drop rate is generous. It's very rare that they drop nothing at all. Keep in mind too, I only have 25 gold at the moment, so what I just picked up is what I currently have. Now as for these guys are a bit of a hit and miss, but they're still pretty generous with their drops. Okay, he wasn't generous. But he did dish out 180 EXP. You can honestly walk through this map in a circle, and by the time you hit the other side of the map again, everything respawns again. So you're basically walking and constantly killing something. Also, real quick, these mushrooms that they drop right here, they go for 40 a pop at the witch. That dude just dropped 126 gold. Now, when I say these guys are generous with their drops, they're always generous when they do drop something. When they don't, yes, you will leave empty-handed, but you do get EXP out of it. Okay, so I'm not going to make a full lap here, but the point I want to make is, with one lap, I already made 397 gold and 2 mushrooms. And like I said, those 2 mushrooms go for 40 a pop. So here's the point I want to make, and I've tested this each time I've come out to this map. I could spend an hour out here just looping back and forth killing these things for about an hour. And I guarantee I'll have somewhere around between 60 mushrooms by the end of it, and around 10,000 gold. And that's within an hour. And then I go cash in those mushrooms at the witch. Trust me when I say 40 a pop adds up quick. That's my little tip to you. Please don't flood this map, just because I showed you this. It's kind of nice to have a little bit of privacy every once in a while, and just kind of, you know, kill something, get a little bit of EXP, and just kind of boost up some money. But I encourage you to give it a shot and see what you think. Like I said, walk around the map for about an hour and see what happens. Now, these aren't the only monsters that actually have a decent spawn and drop rate. There are other ones, and I'll throw them up on the screen here and show you what they drop and how much they go for whenever you sell them. So just remember, if you're ever low on gold, just go to these monsters over here and you'll have a heyday, no joke. So when it comes to EO, we all know that it has a horrible balancing issue, and it's just, at this point, it's really just about style. What do you want your character to look like? How do you want to present that character? What type of weapon do you want to use that represents your personality? And as you can see here, you got all these players here that represent their own unique style. This is what makes your character you. This is what makes you unique compared to the rest of the players in EO. Now, there's several ways to go about this to make your character kind of stand out and get all the stuff that you want. Either you'll find certain items and weapons through mob drops, or you'll go to shops and you can buy them at shops. There's also crafting abilities. You can craft your own weapons, but that does take quite a while. Or there's the easy way. You can just go out, go grind some monsters for a little while, stack you up some gold, and just buy the stuff that you want. Honestly, as a noob, you could spend a couple of days in this game, grind up you some cash, and then buy everything that you want within a week. That's really if you put your mind to it, boo-boo. Now, here's something that I've noticed when it comes to uploading EO content on YouTube is that you get a mixture of different people. Amazing people, by the way. You'll get some people that's never played the game before, like, whoa, what is this and how can I play it? Then you get some of those people that's like, oh my gosh, I haven't played this game in so long, I didn't know it was still around, where do I get it? And then of course you get players like me that know about the game and just been playing it for quite some time. But the one thing I really want to talk about is scammers. And I can't tell you how much I despise these people. They're clever, yes, but I despise them. Typically, scammers will try to get you in multiple ways, but there are 2 ways that scammers will try to get you that I'd like to talk about today. First thing I want to say is never, ever, ever, ever agree to a trade with another player until they hit agree. And the reason why I say this is because you could be offering something that's got a high value in game, and then all of a sudden they're going to throw that high value in there and you're going to hit agree because you're like, oh wow, I'm going to get that money. But the thing is, you agreed too fast. So what they could do at a last second effort is they could take that money back and throw in 1 gold and then hit agree. And then boom, you just sold that high value item for 1 gold. How does that make you feel? Makes you feel kind of bad, huh? Yeah, because I've had something like this happen to me before. That's why I say do not ever agree first when you do a trade until the other person hits agree. If you do this, you're playing it safe. And so here's the next way scammers can get you, and this was a pretty clever tactic, and it's happened to me before. Typically, scammers come in groups. You have one guy that will sit there and say, hey, I can take your Ultima Blade, and I can glitch it and turn it into a twin blade. And so you'll have the second person who's acting just like an average player that's just talking to this person like you are, make the exchange. And after the exchange is done, boom, they have a twin blade. They're walking around all happy and everything. They thank them, they leave. So what this little exchange here is doing in front of you, this simple little exchange, is an illusion to make you think that you're being told the truth, when in reality, both of them are in on the lie. I'm going to just say this now too, when it comes to playing on a server, if you're just a player, you're not an admin, you cannot change a weapon the way it looks or its value. What you have is what you have. So keep that in mind. So what this person's going to try to do is they're going to try to convince you that this other person's happy with the exchange that they made, and now it's your turn. Keep in mind, you just watched the entire exchange. It looked legitimate to you. You didn't know what was going behind the scenes. You didn't know that they were secretly talking to one another, trying to pull a trick on you. So you do it. You make the exchange, you give them your Ultima, you're expecting a twin blade back, and then boom, they're gone with your weapon. And so now that beautiful weapon that you spent hours and hours putting together to create is now all of a sudden that person's weapon, and they only have spent a minute on you. Please people, do not fall for this scam. Now here's something that I've talked about several times in my previous videos, and this is something that actually seriously bothers me when I see it in global chat. If you ever see a player saying that they are selling an account that is a high level account, and you can buy it for fairly cheap on PayPal, don't ever fall for this. I mean this, I'm serious, don't ever fall for this. I don't care if it's a level 100 character that has the best weapons and the best gear. I don't even care if it's for like $5 on PayPal. Never buy an account from another player. Because what can happen is that person who sold you that account can go back, reclaim that account, and take everything off that player, or completely delete it. So really all they did was they just nabbed however much money they got off of you. And then if you try to reclaim that account back, guess what? The password's been changed. You can't get back into it. Oh, and guess what? You can't recover the password because you don't know the email address to that password. I don't know how many people fall for this, but just don't, okay? Your account is the most valuable thing in this game that you have. And honestly, I believe that Crewside from EOBroadcast put it into much better words. And I'm going to play a little clip here for you from his YouTube channel. You can watch the entire video. I'll put the link in the description below.
Personally, I really don't think you should buy accounts ever. First of all, I don't see the point to it, ultimately. And second of all, it's just way too risky. It doesn't matter how trusted the person is. They still have the power. Who knows, they have a bad day or something. They have the power to completely just steal the account. An account has to be by far the most valuable thing in the game almost if it's a really high level. That's usually more valuable than any rare item most of the time, unless of course they have rare lore items that's why you're selling the account for. So honestly, between you and me, and this is even something Wicked Frost said a very, very, very long time ago on the Endless Report, back when that was still a thing. He said, just don't buy accounts, period. He's basically saying the same stuff I'm saying right now. It's not, there's no point to it. There's still that chance, no matter how trusted they are, there's still that chance they can steal it from you. It poses problems. Just, it's not a good idea. First of all, what is the point of buying an account? Answer me that. You just want to be at a higher level? Well, it seems the people who buy accounts and have really, really high levels, they do nothing but mope around the church all day.
And honestly, everything he says is true. He makes a good point. Don't ever buy an account from someone. Don't ever give your account out to someone. I don't even care if it's your best friend. If it's someone you trust, never give your account to anyone. Never buy an account from anyone. Your character is the most valuable thing you have in this game. So right here is the guild house, and this is where you can create or join a guild. And joining a guild is actually very beneficial into this game, just like most MMOs. Say you're a newbie and you just joined the game and you know nothing about this game, you don't know anything. Well, that's the benefit of joining a guild. Say if you were looking for a specific weapon or item or clothing, they can help you get that. These are people you're going to be talking to the most, the people you're going to be trying to trust the most. And also, guilds help keep the game alive. A lot of guilds hold special events like races, arena fights, giveaways, hide-and-seek challenges. And there's tons of guilds in this game. Now, I can't speak about all the guilds in this game, but what you could do is you could walk around and talk to some of these people who are in guilds, and they'll tell you what the guild is about. It's really just a matter of what you want. There's a funny story about this bridge. They say that if you try to walk across it at directly 3:30 in the morning, your game will crash. This really bothers me. I just... Why? Why? What did you do to make this happen? Why has it never been fixed? I wasn't planning on putting this in the video, but every time I walk past this building, this bothers me. Damn, those are some big butterflies. Shit. Look, I know these videos don't really have a whole lot of context in them when it comes to actually gameplay, and that's why I created EO Adventure, so that way you could see its gameplay at its full peak. This little series is just for me to kind of talk to you guys, catch up with you, and just kind of go down memory lane. Well, I guess that's really all I can show you guys for today. But if there's something you would like for me to talk about when it comes to EO or just show you, please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. Also, I want to say thank you to all of you again for supporting me and just showing me a lot of love in both EO and on YouTube. And one last thing, if you want to be a part of our community and just hang out with us, we do have a Discord. I will put the link in the description down below as always. We always love having new faces come around. We love getting to know everybody. We have a lot to offer on our Discord, like movie nights, other content that we provide. And you'll be one of the first people who gets to see the videos before it even comes out on YouTube. We also record our podcast called What's Good Baby on our Discord. And you can join in and listen to it live and actually be a part of the show before we decide to release it on like iTunes, iHeart Radio, and Spotify. Another great thing is we also do free giveaways. We had one user who won a free Nintendo Switch Lite, and we had another user who won the Elgato HD60S. But with all that said, I'm done chatting your ears off. It's me, Sin. I love you. Have a good one.